why I slowed down on content. The easy answer will be I don't know, or hard to find time, or whatever like that. But sometimes the internet is a weird place. You understand what I'm saying? Or just like you want to have certain discussions, educated discussions. You understand what I'm saying? But the internet is not the place for that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have a podcast and you're around people that can objective play devil's advocate in a sense where you can have those conversations, going straight to the internet and trying to speak certain things to people who would rather live in the bubble that they've existed in majority of the time. It's hard. So it's just like certain things where I'm speaking on theories and possibilities and certain things I'm seeing going on in the music industry. Some people have not escaped the bubble to where certain things aren't possible or certain things aren't that big of a deal to be discussed. So when I'm talking about the stuff Spotify's doing and artists needing to trying to make more money off of their music, certain people ain't gonna relate to that because one, they don't make music, or two, they don't understand that there's more money to make from your music than off of streaming. So sometimes it's just like, I can have this discussion, but this is just gonna be me giving my opinion, and whoever, whatever, is just gonna take it and look at it through their lens of, I don't know what he's talking about, and I don't want to know what he's talking about, so I'm gonna just judge what he's saying off of that. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, oh, I want to create a podcast or whatever like that, but I want to just pick my spots sometimes where it's just like, okay, this may be an easier discussion to have, because certain things it's hard to have those discussions on the internet because you're going to get, majority of the time you're going to get people who have no idea what they're talking about, but talk to you like they know what they're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes there's just no point in even having that discussion with those people. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I always say it though. The things that I say is majority talking to artists, majority talking to people who actually care about music, actually care about business, actually care about where this thing could potentially go. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes you just be like, and that's a bad thing. It's not positive to have that mindset, but sometimes you just be like, bro, is it worth even trying to have this discussion when you know the idiots are going to be the ones that's going to try and chime in? It's not going to be somebody that's going to be like, oh, I'm so glad you put me on, whatever. And there's some people who do that in silence. You understand what I'm saying? Some people will silently appreciate that you're putting content out that's going to inform them or keep them updated on stuff. But the majority of the people that's going to talk is going to be the ones that want to argue for argument's sake, or don't want to do their education, or don't even want to believe the possibility of something that I'm not aware of, that's not going on in my bubble, is existing outside of my bubble, and I don't know about it. Some people just don't want to come to that realization. So sometimes it's just hard to talk about music, talk about the music business, talk about industry, talk about the future, because people want to just live in the now and live in the bubble. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to see the world outside of that. So sometimes it's just hard to find motivation to keep trying to put out content where you just having certain discussions that people want to have, or some people don't want to have because they're not even aware that it's even a discussion to be had. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try and get back into the motion. I have a lot of ideas. It's just execution. You understand what I'm saying? But we gotta talk.